Hello. So, this is one of those video ideas that I got, and then my mind instantly shut down because I thought people are going to think that you are actually insane. But here's the thing. What if I am? And who cares? I want to show you how I let actual ghosts help me edit scary videos. So welcome. Now, an essential part to realizing how or why I do this is to first know that I'm an incredibly ritualistic person. I say that with such uncertainty because I don't really actually know the word to describe what I'm about to try to describe to you. So in everything that I do, and I mean everything, I set a very specific physical environment, like an actual setting and a vibe based on whatever activity I'm doing. And I do this because quite simply, it makes me feel good. It's just one of my many little life hacks, or whatever you want to call them, that makes me personally enjoy being alive more. And you know what? I like that I'm sharing this particularly odd trait with you in hopes that maybe you'll give it a shot sometime if you don't do stuff like this already. Because it can get really fun or really scary, which I'll get to in a sec. So what do I mean by this? Let me give you a very basic sort of example. So if I'm gonna watch a movie, let's just say Rebecca, my favorite movie of the 1940s, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. Oh, for the love of God, please watch it. It's so good. My favorite Hitchcock movie. Now, Rebecca is simply a movie about a haunted seaside mansion. But I don't just dim the lights and watch the movie. I will instead do my very best to try to put myself inside of the film that I'm watching by using my physical environment, just to make the movie more immersive, to sort of bring the movie to me. So in the case of something like Rebecca, a movie about a seaside haunted mansion, I'll light up a sea salt scented candle so the room starts to smell like the film. I'll throw on some relatively comfortable linen clothing that feels sort of seasidey, like it could be from the era of the movie. And sometimes I'll even go as far as to put on like an actual scent or a cologne that I feel like one of the characters would wear in the film, like how they would smell, you know? And then to top it all up, sometimes I'll even prepare like a snack or a drink that's from the film. And in the case of Rebecca, that'd be a little bit of red wine. And then when the environment feels like the film, and when I feel like the film, I'll start it. Now, of course, I'm capable of just casually watching a movie. It's not as though I have to do that every time, but it is a really fun thing to do, either alone or with friends. It's terrific. And it's sort of ritualistic, you know? And I do this a lot, and I do this based on whatever movie I'm watching. And you can imagine a lot of different movies. Kill Bill, Hereditary. It gets weird. Now look, if this sounds crazy to you, fine. You're probably way more reasonable than I am, and I'm happy for you. But I think ritualistic behaviors like this are more common than you think. A lot of people welcome in their mornings by playing music or making coffee a specific way. You know, people will take a bath and light up a bunch of candles and do some scented bubbles baths. That's ritualistic. People set their environment before a date or before their friends come over. Just having the room look or feel a certain way with music or lighting, that's all that it is. Now, of course, I've established that I do this sort of thing a lot for myself and for people, but I also do this sort of thing in a very, very specific way for the things that I make. And we have arrived at the point of the video. With you right now, I would love to pull back the curtain a little bit on a very specific behavior that helps me edit the haunted portion of scary videos. And since I'm about to start editing a haunted video, I thought I'd show you how I attempt to let some very, very specific energies help me edit those videos and influence them. Which sounds very witchy when I say it out loud. I might be a witch, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna take you through some of the stuff that I surround myself with while I edit. And yeah, it's a little spooky. Let's go. A chair. Such a simple thing, but in the right context, a chair can be a pretty powerful and sometimes even sort of a scary thing. I was listening to an interview once with a composer who was tasked with composing a horror film, and he had never done it before. And he was saying how he didn't know where to pull from because it wasn't anything that was in his repertoire. So he started to look to other energies. He told this story about how, you know, he had this little apartment and he didn't feel how it was haunted or anything scary like that. He just grabbed a simple chair and put it next to him as he was composing this music, and he felt like there was a woman that would come and sit next to him as he composed, who was a spirit, and he said that it helped him so much in terms of getting like a spiritual energy to put into the movie. I heard that and it hit me like a ton of bricks, because chairs have always been a little bit terrifying to me, and empty chairs in haunted locations are said to be a thing because they're sort of an invitation for a spirit to come and join you. So an empty chair, and that one in particular, is what I have right next to me when I edit a scary thing. And I will say, it has worked many times. And of course, I only edit, well, really anything in the dead of night because I'm a radical night owl. And so yeah, when I'm editing, it's just me and this empty chair next to me. That picture that's back there, it's not back there just to look creepy or something. I just got that picture recently and I have a theory that it's a bit haunted. So jury's out, but some weird stuff has been happening ever since I got it, okay? But it is kind of haunting that she's in that chair right now. Yeah, I might have done it a little bit for effect too. What can I say? I'm theatrical. So hey, if you're ever working on something scary or just want to give someone or something a place to sit, pull up an empty chair next to you in the night. You never know who might sit down. But an empty chair is just an empty chair, right? But if you do the right things, it can help you to get someone to sit in it. And this is what I do. Next item that I have around me when I edit, in order to get the chair occupied, is so simple. I promise you have one in your house right now. This is what I'm talking about. Sorry. Something just fell that should not have fallen. A candle. A candle is a very simple... Oh boy, I might have to take a break here. 1 second. And the item that fell we'll get to. A candle is a very simple item. They say, oh God. Historically, candles have always been known to be a means of communication with the undead. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I'm not going to pretend to know. I have heard theories that they say that candlelight is something that shines through the darkness, and ghosts know if there's intentions around it to go to the candlelight. They've been known to flicker. Like, oh God, I used to play this game. I used to. I still do. Where you ask questions to just the air to a ghost, whatever, and the candlelight will flicker. Or maybe you've done that before at a sleepover, right? You've done that, right? Google it, it's fun. But having a candle around in front of the chair, as I do right now, is something that is that's essential to inviting a ghost to come and sit in it, I've found. But I mean, I have candles lit all the time in my place, everywhere, like 24/7, because I'm a candle boy through and through. So that's a lot of inviting. But in the context of setting it on that little table in front of the chair like it is, that's where the power comes in, I think. Next up is another item that I promise you have in your house as well, right now. And it's very powerful and can be very scary if not used correctly. Next item, just a simple mirror. Not me exposing my Christmas tree on the TV to try to make the vibe less scary. That's just supposed to be for me. You're not supposed to see that. Anyways, a mirror. So much like chairs, they say mirrors are super powerful in terms of being portals for the undead to travel through. So that's why right next to the candle, I always have a mirror set up. And I use this one specifically because it has this wonderful little kickstand frame in the back. I don't know what just happened. Sorry, God. Everything's scaring me right now. So I'll set it up just like this. So that's how I set it up, right there with the candle right in front of the mirror. Because if they say that, I'm scaring myself just saying this, but if they say that ghosts can like see candlelight in the beyond, I figure what better way than to get one in your place than to put a candle in front of an actual portal. Mirror. Next item, and this one you don't have in your house, but you might have something like it in your own way. Let me tell you. Calling card. That's what we'll call it. I don't know what to call it, but I figured that sounded cool. Just an item that has spiritual power to you. So this right here is very powerful to me. It's just a pool ball from St. Ignatius Hospital. My friend Andrew and I explored St. Ignatius Hospital. It's called Overnight in a Haunted Hospital. Maybe some of y'all have seen that video on my main channel. But I found this in there, and this has such a past to me, to think countless people who lived in St. Ignatius Hospital when it was like a retirement facility. Look, there's so many beautiful little markings from every time that someone hit this pool ball. And it was just sitting there so sacred and beautiful when I saw it for the first time. So, I don't know if you can't see. Oh God, sorry, I'm actually getting really unnerved. You can't see what I see right now, but I'm gonna try to show you with my phone. So you're looking at my camera right now, and my face is front and center, pretty well lit in the frame. And you see that little tracker right there, that focus tracker? That's not focusing on me. That's focusing right into the mirror, and it won't stop. That's what I'm talking about. And that happened when I held up my St. Ignatius pole ball. Hey, can you leave for a sec so I can... All right, let's continue. This stuff works. Next item. God, okay. Next thing. It's not an item, actually. It's something that I do, which actually makes things a little less scary because it makes me feel more connected to the world, but the point of it is to let a spirit in. I open my door. It's a simple act. I open my door, and sometimes I even put a candle. When I'm editing, I'll put a candle on my porch, for obviously we've already covered that. And I'll leave my door cracked open a little bit so anything that wants to walk in can walk in. But not a human, okay? Don't get any fancy ideas if you're a bad guy or a burglar or a criminal watching this, because just so you know, not only do I have pepper spray, but I always have a sword around, so don't even try. The invitation is for ghosts only when I'm editing, because I live in a very old neighborhood with a lot of very old houses, and maybe there's someone walking around out there who just needs a friendly place. Next item, and this one is an item. It's actually in the frame and has been the whole time, because I always set this on the table next to the chair, in front of the mirror, and in front of the candle, and it's just a simple offering. Just a spirit offering. Literally doesn't matter. It could be a Tootsie Roll. It could be a freaking dried seaweed, a chicken dinner, whatever you want. In this case, it's just a little bit of broccoli soup that I made. It's probably not the best soup. I'm sorry if there's a ghost back there. It's just simple, you know. That's all over in every culture, offerings to spirits. I figure it helps get someone in the chair. And I'm sorry, it's just broccoli soup. I could probably go to Panda Express or something and get something better. I'm sorry. Next time, all right? That's probably why they knocked over. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't mention that earlier. This is what got knocked over. Oh God, please stay focused on my face. I can't, I'm gonna have to like pause this video for a second and watch Aladdin 1 and 2 to like, all right, sorry. I'm gonna continue, next item. If you watch my main channel, you know, haunted videos, you'll be very familiar with this item. Okay, sorry, there's a lot happening right now. My ghost detector. So this is, it recently, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. My ghost detector. Yes, granted, maybe someone's saying, oh, well, maybe it's beeping because it's broken. Well, even though it looks like a zombie, it's been performing pretty well. But anyways, I'll just set this up next to me while I edit, and sometimes it beeps and I want to shit my pants. But you know, it helps me know that maybe someone's in the chair. Ghost detector. Boy, it does feel like there's someone in here. Anyways, with all those items around me and deep in the night is when I will start to edit and start to work on my scary videos. And I recently have the honor of editing those with Andrew Sawicki, who's incredible. But I always take the haunted sections because I love them so much and they mean a lot to me. But yeah, that's what I do when I edit haunted videos, is I just kind of go on that journey, usually with someone. And by the way, I have so many protections and things around me in this house that nothing evil could ever get into my videos or my house or anything like that. So that we're all good there. What a weird one, right? I'm telling you, Garrett Unhinged is the name of this channel for a reason. So I hope this didn't spook you out too much. It sure has me, and I think I'm gonna go on a nice walk outside. Which, oh, I think it's gonna be daylight soon. What a treat. Question. You know, I've always got a question for you for the comment section. Is there anything that you do in your life that's ritualistic like this? I mean, maybe not this, or maybe it is this. Maybe it's something similar. I don't know, any morning mantras you say to yourself, anything you like to do to make certain things feel special? I would love to know. You already know too much about mine. Okay, I'm gonna go on a walk and then come back and I'm going to start editing some scary stuff right here. I need to set up a couple more things, believe it or not, but all right, until next time, be good. Jesus, I can't. Later, bye.